and gentlemen, today, man, right now we're about to have a roundtable talk about Blackout overall and everything that's going on, man. We would love to hear your feedbacks in the comment section below, in the chats as well. First of all, let's just get into it, man. I want to go around and ask everyone, what would you rate Blackout on a scale of 1 to 10? And a quick little sentence of why. I'll start with whoever wants to start in the chat. You can speak up.
Well, I just heard the bottle.
Okay, well, Booyah, you hold on. Booyah, you spoke first. Booyah, you go first. Let me hear it.
That bottle spoke first. I heard that.
Nah, well, scale of 1 to 10.
What that bottle tell you?
Yo, scale of 1 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10.
I'm gonna go with what Doofy said. I think it's like 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
I think it's just missing a couple things.
Okay. 8 out of 10. What do you, Dante? What about you? What do you feel it is?
I'm gonna go with a 7.3 out of 10.
Okay. 7.3. Jay,
explain why?
Yeah, go for it. Just quick sentence.
Okay. So I think the major issues we're having off the bat is not enough players.
Okay.
Also, I don't like how I have to like spend 10-15 minutes trying to level up my gun. And then I level up my gun and then I just die. And it's like, oh, okay. I gotta go find another gun to level up. So
I feel it. Okay. Oh, what you think?
7 out of 10. Got a good base. Just gotta happily update it and don't delay it. If you delay it, it will be horrible. If you stay on top of it, it can get better.
Okay. Hector, what about you?
It's funny. I thought you guys were gonna say like 3s, 4s with the way y'all were talking about it. I would say 7, but I think my 7 is different than y'all's 7. I think it still needs a lot of work. Like if I'm giving it an 8 or 9 out of 10, this godlike. Like I'm playing every day, right? Like 7 out of 10 right now. It has a lot of room for improvement, but overall I'm having fun. I think for me this is better than Battle Royale. Again, my experience is probably a lot different than you guys because you guys are 4 players all quadding up. I'm solo squatting or duo quadding, which means more loot to go around, more kills to go around. You guys are all fighting for 1 trauma kit, hella upgrade kits and like that. And so I think y'all's experience probably is a little bit different, but I think if they increase the loot in general and they increase the player count a little bit, I think people are gonna like it. I think the foundation of the game is pretty good, but it has a lot of room for improvement. But even with all that being said, I'm having fun.
Okay.
I think the map looks so good
Wait,
too.
Hector,
The
I have a
map is
question.
so nice.
I have a question.
Talk to me, Daddy.
So we've been playing quads like you said for pretty much the start of this. When you go into duo quads, what's kind of like your guys' mindset when you're playing? Like, what do you have a routine you guys go to every time?
Yes. So we go low town, and then low town, we clear low town, and low town, if again with 1 to 2 people, we can both come out with gold guns. There's a lot of upgrade kits if you know the spawns. Like I mean, I've been playing. Keep in mind, remember, I played it 5 times before it launched, so I somewhat know where things are at, like a little bit. And so low town has a lot of spawns. So I'll normally come out with 2 gold guns and like a purple armor. Gold armor is you're not really gonna find that. And then after that, as soon as what are they called? The zombies. As soon as those things spawns, you go straight to that, and that's the hot zone. There is so many people there, and then just fly at everything.
I'm feeling it. I think I would rate it. I think I give it like a 6.8. And I give it a 6.8. I think just because. So I'll do if we do good and bad, what should we talk about first? The good or the bad?
Talk about the bad.
Let's go with the good. Let's go with the good.
You want to go to good? Okay, I'll go good. I'll go good. I say what's good about this is I like the Avalon and map itself. I genuinely enjoy the map. I've always wanted this to be like the next map for BR. That's what I've always been waiting on. I like the grapples. I think the grapples are super fun. They're made for the map in general. It does the pacing a lot. I do enjoy the wingsuits. It's kind of the same. Like it's just the technique is pretty cool. So I would say that's nice. I think with the way it's set up, like obviously like the games are a little more intense. Not really though. Your lives obviously matter more, but you don't really feel the intensity because there's not a lot of players. So I think if it had more players, you would actually feel like the end games would be fire just because you don't have that many lives to like, to play with. But right now our end games are pretty boring, to be honest, man. I mean, like there's maybe 10 people in the last circle and it's a big circle. You feel me? So I'm trying to think what else good. Like the loadouts are fine. Like it's kind of whatever. Like it's not like a huge deal. the UAVs and buy stations was fine, whatever. So I think that's what I would say is good. Mainly the big highlight for me is I really like Avalon, the map itself. If I had to really just say like the good stuff about it.
Wait, don't you think the end games are like that though? I don't think it's the player count. That's why. I think it's the movement speed with the grapple hooks. You just cover so fast at the end of the game that you just wipe
I
them out and they
agree.
don't
I
respawn.
agree.
Well, I
That's
can
why the
kinda-
end games are
Like
empty.
I said yesterday, like it doesn't feel like power positions are really kind of like a thing anymore because of how quickly and easily you can move around the
Nah,
map.
but I mean, bro, there really it really is the player count. Like it 100% is. Like it just the fact that
So
you
look,
even-
I-
the
I
fact
get-
that you even have that much space to roam around with the grapples like that just shows like there's just not a lot of people on the map, bro. Like it's just there's not that many people on the map.
One thing I will add to that, Chris, and like I don't know whether who's side I support here, but just want to give some context. When we played this on Monday, those end games were insane. Obviously, we're playing with 32 other content creators and like 70 QA testers and stuff. But like what I feel not bad for, but I would love, and I don't know, maybe people are feeling this. I would love for people to feel how intense the end games get. But at least from my like when I play with a full quad, end games are not intense. When I'm playing solo or dual quads, those end games get pretty insane because you're obviously outnumbered. It really just depends on the lobby. I do think player counts do play a little bit of a factor there, but like I want to see how, let's say, Twitch Rivals in a couple days plays out. Those end games are gonna get nuts because I mean, dude, Chris almost clutched up one of the craziest like 1v3s, 1v2s in during the playtest, and I know his heart was dooming. But
Yeah,
I
it definitely
know.
was, but like you said, you're kind of speaking from a comp perspective. We're just we're just for like homies playing. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like
right,
we
right.
relate more to people who are just watching versus comp. So it's like for us, we do a contract, bro. There's only one trauma kit and one satchel, so like three of us get. So we're all like kind of like annoying each other, racing for it, and I don't want ever to feel like a race. That's why loadouts work because like everyone gets their own. You know what I mean? We don't got to sit there and like argue about give me this upgrade kit so I can get my gold. You know what I mean? Like
Okay, so what about this, Chris? Let me kind of like contradict you, right? Say you said you want more things for every player, right? So say one person does a contract. Do you think they deserve to have like if they're not with their team and we do one of those like things where there's like the bots, do you think they should get 3 or 4 weapon upgrades in their little contract?
I mean, I just think it should like if it drops one trauma kit, it should be 4. If it's quad, it should be according to what game mode you're playing. If it's solos, you drop 1. If it's 2, if it's only one person, if you're solo doing, obviously it's gonna be a solo. But if you're a 4-man team, it should be 4 things to loot. Like if we go into zombies and loot the mystery box, we should be able to hit it 4 times, bro. Only one of us ever gets to hit it, so one person gets an exotic. It's all of it's just lackluster. Like Booyah said, this mode feels like it was made for solos only. There's not enough loot for people who are playing quads like us in general. You know what I mean?
I think they're trying to save people from splitting off, doing a contract, and having a gold weapon in 2 seconds.
It don't really matter that the guns aren't that good. Like the gold weapons are okay. Like
What do you mean?
the bullet velocities are all terrible on all guns. You feel what I'm
Dude,
saying?
gold guns have insane bullet velocity.
No,
I think the gold guns are insanely good.
No, they're not like
The right
They're
ones.
they're okay. They're like okay. The AK is the best one by far. You feel me? It's by
Wait,
far
you
the
gotta
best.
get it's the type. You gotta look at the archetype too. Like, bro, when I get a gold archetype, I forgot what it's called. The one that's like literally built for bullet velocity, and it's gold. Dog,
Recon.
recon, yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
are beaming people with
All
that.
all the coverts are ass, and you want
Yeah,
the
coverts
recon
ass.
for
But
every
this is the
gun.
thing. But it's the thing. Why is there archetypes for guns, bro? Just build me a kit. Like,
Well, no,
I don't need
I
all
also
that.
here's a good point that I had
I
in
mean,
my
the
head.
covert all has suppressors on, so
Yeah.
people like,
Casuals
Yeah,
aren't gonna
no,
know
no.
about archetypes, bro.
No, no,
Like,
no,
yeah,
no,
like, bro,
think about this.
I'm not playing 2K, bro. I
Hold
don't
on.
care
Hold,
archetypes,
hold
bro.
on. Like, think about this. The reason why I think it's a little bit of just like it's as a lot of opinions are split, especially on socials, is they even said in the meeting that we had, they said they want to stay between Blackout and Warzone. They want to combine the two. But I think personally that's a mistake because if you're gonna do Blackout, you need to go all the way and do it. If you
Doesn't
try
make sense.
if you try to like mix both, because you can't really mix both because Warzone over the last 6 years built up this routine of like buying each other back loadouts, like it's like all like a formula and what made it successful. People can hate loadouts, but bro, it's what made the game like different and successful. So it's like you can't really argue that. And plus, that's Call of Duty at its core. people can hate loadouts, but Call of Duty, we were making PDW class back in 2012. You know what I mean? Like, so if you're gonna do Blackout, they should have did attachments because that way I can choose what's on my gun. Now I have to rely on the dev in the studio choosing me a gun, building me a gun that I necessarily might not like. Also, this game reminds me too much of Battlefield to me. It like when we were playing in the playtest, I said, "Oh, bro, this is Battlefield." Like if the redeploy towers, Battlefield, the upgrade kits for weapons, Battlefield. I think the only thing we're missing, obviously, is the tanks, and obviously COD plays faster, so we're gonna like COD more. But like a lot of the things where we just came and left Red Tech because of like, I thought the kits were obviously like boring. You know what I mean? And like I think, I don't know. It's just like it was too much. Like it's a lot of like details are just like Battlefield. When they said the redeploy towers, I immediately thought of Red Tech. I don't know. I just feel
Okay,
like
I guess like okay, here's like what you guys also have to think about, right? Like this is meant to be a game mode that feels different than Battle Royale, right? A lot of the stuff that we guys are saying, like it feels like you guys just might not like this game mode, which is fine because Battle Royale is going to come out with Avalon here soon, right?
That's not saying that. I wish they would have leaned into Blackout completely all the way. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? They should have, because they even said they wanted to mix Warzone, Battle Royale, and Blackout and make it one. And like make it like half and half. Like give like a little bit of both. But they should have just, I feel like they should have just leaned into it. Like do the looting attachments, go all the way in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can tell you why, because we asked that. We're like, hey, why don't you guys just do attachments? And so what they had specifically said was they wanted the game to feel like, okay, what if we never stopped supporting Blackout over the last 5 years? Where would that have eventually led up to? What type of innovations would we have had?
What, an SMG with a 3-time scope on it? That's where it would have led to?
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
telling you, bro. Like, not to interrupt, but yeah, like I just like when I saw the news about the attachment kits and saw the videos, I don't trust a dev to do that. Like, bro, no disrespect, but we've seen the devs play. Like, bro, they're not gonna make that right. So,
yeah, I mean, it's basically just instead of us building a gun, is that they're building a gun for us. You know what I mean?
It kind of forces you to play like a certain way too. Like,
I think and that's the thing. I think if
want
you
to scope
have
on their gun.
I think if you have like attachments where you can just pick up and it's not that OD, you can play different ways, bro. It makes you play different ways. But now that I have a Trim Wolf, I can't even get it to level 3 because it's gonna have a 2-time scope on it. So I really can't even have an SMG. So now I'm only playing long range. And then also, where are the snipers? Like this map, it will be amazing for sniping, but there's no snipers.
Yeah, okay.
They said they were fixing that, though.
Yeah, they did say they were fixing that. Okay, so now obviously like they can't turn back, right? They're not gonna do all that. Like we can talk about like they're sticking with what they have. How do you make it better, Hector? Like how do you improve the game, you think?
Yeah, so I made a list of what I would do, right? One, player counts need to go up. The way my experience solo quadding or duo quadding should not feel drastically different than your guys' experience. You know what I'm saying? Player counts, I think, need to be raised so that way everybody feels like they can fight.
I agree on that. I agree on that. What number? 150, bro. Avalon's massive. It's massive.
I think 120. I think 120 would be good.
You guys gotta
I mean,
remember.
120 at least.
Remember, it's technically speaking 200 because everybody comes back with a redeploy kit. So keep that in mind. If it goes to 150, it'd be going from 200 to 300, technically speaking, lives on the map, right? So just keep that in mind whenever you guys doing that. I don't know what the right number is. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what like.
Sorry, Hector. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, the way that I look about these types of things is you have to look at the time to engagement, right? Like what is the time to engagement on certain things, right? If rebirth, I'm just throwing random numbers. If rebirth numbers are time to engagement for that map is every 30 seconds a gunfight, and Verdansk is every 1 minute a gunfight, where do you want this mode to stand? And only the devs can decide that, right? So if right now, let's just say this mode is every 1 minute and 20 seconds, well, where do you want that pacing to be? What do you need to do to increase that engagement? But I don't know what that would be.
Why don't they just let us customize our weapons to what rarity we have in the game?
That sounds hella complicated, to be honest.
I mean,
Why?
I get what you're saying.
If you go to your weapons, right? You pick a weapon, you see the attachment slots. One attachment would be a gray gun. 2 attachments would be blue or green. 3 attachments.
You're just
would be
talking
blue.
about like building your own loadout.
Building your own loadout, but not getting your loadout at the beginning
People
of the
don't like
game.
that.
You have to.
That's the same
Nah,
thing.
yeah.
That's the problem. It's the same thing.
I have no problem. I have no problem with the loadout and the gun kit. I'm just worried about them building it right. I think everything else is fine. Like I
We
don't mind
just,
the
I
round
think the
I
two
really
biggest
don't
thing,
mind
I think the two biggest thing is player count and also just more loot for quads. I mean, we're out here over who has the trauma kit. You know what I mean? I don't want it to. I don't
think
want.
this
More
game-
loot in general.
I don't
like,
want. I don't want it to play like that. You know what I mean? Oh, and the bullet
though.
drop, bro. What? Yo, it's Call of
That has to
Duty.
do with BV. That has to
I
do
know,
with BV.
but it's Call of Duty. Like,
Yeah, but that was OG Blackout. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like OG Blackout had insane bullet drop.
yeah, but that was like that. We're talking 8 years ago. You feel me? Like,
I get it. What I was saying is you guys said you might like this mode is supposed to be different than Warzone, right? Like it's not because everything you guys are describing, a lot of what you guys are describing is just regular Warzone. Like, right? And we see how down bad BR is, and some of that is due to actually a lot of it is due to improper support from Activision, right? They put out Verdansk, everybody loved it. I personally loved it, and then 2 to 3 months later, they stopped supporting it. It's like they gave up on it. And I don't know if they gave up on it because the numbers were down bad or what, but like the reason for this was because they needed to switch something up because BR was dying. Now, the argument can be said that if they just put time and effort into Verdansk and didn't let it die, where would the numbers be right now? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
they quite literally didn't update the game.
Exactly.
Like I literally
Yeah.
said this. I said Verdansk was fine when it came back. Like they didn't even reskin the map for BO7. So like
yeah. I mean, I just
that's
think.
why that's on them. Like they're just being lazy. That's not like just try. If you try, like that's the problem with Call of Duty. If you just try a little bit, I promise you, people, but they'll keep playing because like at least you're trying. They're not trying.
I just think, we can really nitpick a lot, but I think overall, I think everyone's just fatigued with 2 years of Treyarch. I just think Warzone was built on Infinity Ward, and like that's what the game looked like. So anytime people watch any gameplay, this kind of attests to somebody if people are coming back to the game. Anytime they watch it, it's not what they recognize. You feel what I'm saying? Even Sledgehammer's game looked like Warzone. You know what I mean? So I think it's just 2 years of Treyarch games. It's just it's like you're just playing the same game for the 2 years. And it's just, that's never really been done in COD. So I think a lot of people are just genuinely fatigued. And I don't know. When you think of Warzone, you think of Infinity Ward. Even though MW2 was hated, it was the most played, it was the most bought game of all time. So it's like, does Infinity War suck at some point? Yeah, but do they sell? Because it is Warzone, you know?
You know what I think one thing that I think they really kind of messed up on was, and I know it might not seem like a big deal until I explain it, but it's the names of these archetypes because they were named differently before. And like, for example, you just said, why the f- is my SMG having a scope on it, right? And the reason for it is because the build that you have is meant for mid-range. Like they all have descriptions on what exactly those builds are for. And Chris was like, yo, why does my AR not have good BV? Well, that's because it's probably a mid-range gun or it's a close quarters combat AR. If you're picking up the guns that are built for long range, built for bullet velocity, when you level them up to gold, they're going to be good. They're going to be insane, right? When you pick up an SMG that's meant for SMG, if you pick up, I think it's called Berserker, and you level that up, those are insane. But you have to know what those things do, right? And I think they just didn't do a good job at like, I can't tell the difference between covert and recon and all that shit. Like, give me, like, make them so easy and so simple and understand that, hey, this is a long range or this is a
long
bullet
range
velocity, this is,
AK, close range
Yeah,
AK.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And
Like you said, they not explain because you can hit double tap on the D-pad and it shows you what the attachments can be, but like
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know that. Like there's no tutorial to tell them that or anything.
But I like
That was
Avalon.
definitely a miss, I think.
Avalon's a great map, bro. I fuck
Yeah,
with
it
it,
looks
man.
so good.
It's
It has a good base.
and that's why I
Let's
think
talk about BR. Let's talk about BR then, Chris. BR on Avalon. What do you want to see on Avalon in BR to make it good?
I mean, honestly,
150, just literally 150, bro. Like 150 Avalon. I'm like, anytime there's a new big map, I always enjoy it regardless. So I think literally that, and also I think like Warzone is just like it's, you create so many special moments with the buy. Like there's so many play. I don't know. It's just like, I personally, if you had asked me now, what would I play? If Avalon was the map and I had BR and Blackout to decide to play, I would right now, personally, I would choose Battle Royale. Personally. Just because I like the tradition of Call of Duty with loadouts and I like the way it felt and I just liked having my own, you know what I mean, and my own things. Just me personally though, I don't think Blackout should have loadouts and it could be its own separate mode. I just think what they should have did is just went all in. Just went on it, go all in on Blackout. Do the attachments, do everything 101 type, you know what I mean? But they're just leaning like in the middle. So it's like it's throwing me off for me personally. But I think I would love. I mean, nukes would be fire though. You know what I mean? But like,
Yes, nukes, man.
and also Hector,
That's
like
true as
people,
well,
the
bro.
way people like, especially tweet at me and like throw a lot of hate. Everything is always gonna have a meta, bro. Like you're gonna figure out in Blackout what is the best gun to upgrade to. Like if there's gonna be a gun that you know you're gonna go grab that you're gonna know the meta of, and you're gonna know faster than other people. So like there's always gonna be a meta. You feel me? Like
Yeah. I mean, that's what we've said for so long. Like, bro, it's not when people say, "Oh, content
It's not
creators ruin
loadouts.
shit
It's
with
not
their metas."
loadouts. It's not loadouts.
Actually, and I mean this not in a bad way, but like, it's not our fault that there's a meta. Like, the devs are responsible for making multiple viable guns and making you feel like you can use more than one gun. If there's one gun that's broken, that's not our fault. We just happen to find it. Like, if the game is balanced and there's 3 to 4 guns that are quote unquote meta, that is a balanced meta. If there's one gun that's a meta, like that's where things become, you know, that's where things become unbalanced.
yeah, but that's not on us.
Yeah,
that's not
right.
our fault.
Every-
That's not on
every-
me.
and people will blame just like shooter games for that. But like every single type of game besides basically RPGs, but even them, they all have metas. Like they're all have the best of the best something. That's just what it is. We just use it. And we just tell y'all what to
But also, Blackout back in the day had a meta, bro. You got a paladin.
did.
You went to
It
the
was
crate and
over.
got a paladin with a level 3 and a Mog, bro. You had the Mog shotgun with the long barrel on it with a paladin gold, bro. You were unkillable. You were unkillable on the map. You know what I mean?
You're cross map with a shotgun.
So there's always a meta in everything. You know what I mean? But I think it's just like I love Avalon and I want it on Battle Royale personally. This is what I want.
But they're bringing it, right? They're bringing it.
They are. I don't know when, but for Blackout, it's cool right now, man. I don't know. I just think the player count and more loot, and I want to see how it is then. I think, and I'll just go from there. You know.
Hector, what do you think is the reason why there's not every gun in the loot pool?
Oh yeah, that's also bugging me. No, that's also
because
bugging me too. Where's the
new
NPC
guns?
and made new guns? Where?
The new guns that came out, I thought they were gonna have those in like for archetypes, but
I got opinions on. Yo, what do you think about exotics, bro? Like, so there's guns in the game mode that have cool ass camos that have like built up attachments, but you only ever seen one person out of how many lives you said 200 get one.
Oh my god.
And when you usually do get one, it's usually in the last circle against the last team, and it's not like a god gun. And so I'm like, yo, these are cool ass guns, and it's kind of like Mythics and COD Mobile, but I think it should be a little bit more like
you know how you do that is you have more cradle breaches, because in the playtest there was 2 cradle breaches every time a cradle breach spawned. Right now there's only 1 every time they spawn. So the chances of getting an exotic are very low, because there's like 2 cradle breaches a game. Before it was 4, so you would have 4 of these exotics throughout the map and stuff. I think the M8 exotic is dog. If they're like, they should feel insane.
That's what I
Like
said.
the
That's what I said. LMG one was asked
LMG
to.
one's insane.
No,
Oh, that one's insane.
Whichever one we
LMG?
got, I don't know. Whichever one Booyah gave me that one time, that shit was dirt. I'm not gonna cap.
Yeah. Wait, they said they're adding cradle breaches? I haven't been on Twitter yet.
I
Today, so
have no idea. I just think it's like one of those things where it's like they're almost like too rare, where it's like casual will never find it in their entire existence of playing Blackout. You know what I mean? Like you'll never find it, bro. If you're a casual player, like you just chilling and vibing, you'll never find an exotic weapon. You'll never find an exotic.
Smoking a big doobie.
yeah, exotics, I do agree with somebody in chat. Like exotics are supposed to be rare, like, but the thing is they should be broken. Like, and
Yeah,
that's what makes them rare, but they're not.
100%. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think right
They
now
should
they're not
punch.
that broken.
They should punch like a Thanos' stone. Yeah, I don't know why Twitter thinks I want loadouts in Blackout. Bro, I just want Avalon for BR. Keep it a bean. Like that's where I'll be.